Now, I know a lot of you don't know who Leroy Colbert is, and that's probably because he has only one very insignificant achievement that he constantly brags about.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
Yay, 21-inch biceps! Yeah, you've really aided with the social and scientific progress of humanity. And because of that, this old man thought it would be a good idea to criticize me and just vegan diets in general. Because old men with dementia always give the best nutrition advice. And before any of you start complaining about how I've gone too far by making fun of some old guy, I don't give a shit how old he is. Stupidity doesn't have an expiry date. And I'm just going to rebut his claims point by point, and I'll link his full video down in the description below, which is hilarious, by the way. Listening to him talk about nutrition is like listening to your grandparents tell inappropriate racist jokes. They're just so old and ignorant, it comes off as cute.
I have total and utter contempt for vegans. Total and utter. They have no idea what they're doing and what they're saying. It's all romantic. To take out the key elements for your survival out of your diet, you're doomed to failure.
Okay, so first off, you say vegans have this romanticized outlook on diet, and then you go on and say meat is essential for our survival. Well, clearly meat isn't essential for our survival. It doesn't contain any nutrients that we need to sustain our existence. And there are tons of vegans who have lived decades and lived over 100 years old on a vegan diet. So who the hell is romanticizing here?
B12 is only found in animal products. There's no vegetable production of B12.
And I love how you make statements which are very easily refuted. B12 comes from bacteria, which is found in fresh water or in soil, but because in modern times where we drink treated water and well wash our foods, we're not getting B12 from natural sources, so we need to either supplement or eat fortified foods. And the funny thing is, because of modern farming practices, livestock need to take B12 supplements. And everyone should keep in mind that, yeah, Leroy Colbert is an old guy, but he knows how to use a computer, use a camera, and upload videos to the internet. He's perfectly capable of using Google and just researching B12, but because he just is this know-it-all fucking asshole with a super inflated ego, he didn't bother looking it up, and he made himself look like a complete fucking moron.
Conjugated linoleic acid comes only from animal products.
Now, conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, does only come from animal products naturally, but the only studies on CLA have been done in the context of supplementation, and there's not really any good evidence that someone with an overall healthy diet, especially when they have no cholesterol intake, would really benefit from CLA supplementation.
They don't feed the type of grain they used to feed it, so the amount of conjugated linoleic acid is much lower in the public than it used to be. That's why it's good to take that as a supplement.
And I find it hilarious how you say we should take a CLA supplement, but you're against supplementing B12. And there happens to be vegan CLA supplements. You are completely fucking retarded!
Omega-3. Essential! They don't have an idea what they're saying. It's a cult.
And vegans can get their essential omega-3 fatty acids from foods like walnuts and flax seeds, or we can take an algae-based DHA supplement. And since we've already established that you don't have any problem with taking supplements, I don't see what the problem here is.
Their testosterone levels are very low because they're not getting the proper amount of real solid protein.
And again, you have a tendency to make statements which are very easily refuted. Vegans actually, on average, have higher total testosterone levels than meat eaters, but because we have higher levels of sex hormone-binding globulin, we end up having about the same free testosterone levels. And this is just all ego. You think you're fucking amazing and you just want all of this to be true, so you just make all of these baseless statements and say them as fact, but you're just a fucking idiot who doesn't know shit.
Now, there's amino acids in all these vegetables, but they don't make up a complete amino acids that the body needs.
Actually, yeah, plants do have all of the essential amino acids we need. That's sort of like how I'm alive right now. And plants also contain these amino acids in levels and ratios that don't increase disease risk. Animal products raise IGF-1 levels, accelerate the mammalian target of rapamycin pathway. They're also very high in sulfur-containing amino acids like methionine, which directly feed cancer cells. And certain amino acids like L-carnitine produce trimethylamine N oxide, which is also associated with certain cancers. So, again, why would I eat something that causes disease when I could eat something that doesn't cause disease and has everything that I need?
Okay, you look at my body, first man developed 18-inch arms, and fruit and vegetables like a sideline. We ate primarily fish, chicken, and steak.
That's a real cool story, Grandpa, but the problem with that story is it's just a weak anecdotal argument. Where is your hard evidence? You clearly have above average genetics, since not just anyone can grow 21-inch arms if they eat plenty of meat and eat steak every day of the week. And how do you know that you wouldn't have been as big, if not bigger, if you were vegan? This isn't a study, there's no controls here, you're just making these weak anecdotal arguments that don't support any of your claims.
Now this guy that's pushing vegans, I look at him and he looked like he just was in anorexia school. He looks awful.
Oh, I'm skinny, am I? Well, first of all, the way I look has absolutely nothing to do with any of the arguments I've made, so you're just making pointless ad hominem attacks. And who the fuck would consider this anorexic? I think you need a new pair of glasses, Grandpa.
Fruits and vegetables are good. But if you want to get maximum performance from your body, you have to maximize first-grade protein, and it comes from animal products.
And we have research showing that diets high in fruits and vegetables and low in acid-forming foods like meat actually promote muscle mass. And if you didn't already know, 9-time Olympic gold medalist and former world's fastest man Carl Lewis got improvements to his athletic performance when switching to a vegan diet. And you are just the most lovable asshole I have ever seen. You just look so cute sitting in your chair with your bald head and glasses yelling nonsense. And I can't even take any of this personally because you're just an asshole to everyone.
I look at it, the way you can make money in this country being full of shit is to be something like the Hodge brothers. They have the slightest idea what they're talking about. They have no instinct of what they're doing. They're just talking. I haven't seen a vegan yet that didn't give me a second take because they don't look vigorous and strong.
Hey, look over there, a vegan breaking a world record.
It's a diet that I recommend that you stay away from.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Leroy. You're a crazy old man yelling into a camera, and we have medical experts like President of the American College of Cardiology, Dr. Kim A. Williams, who recommend vegan diets for the prevention and treatment of chronic illness. Now, between you and Dr. Kim A. Williams, I'd rather listen to the guy who actually knows what he's talking about. I know you used to have 21-inch biceps, but I'd rather just take the advice of a medical expert. But don't feel too bad, you still used to be really good at picking up those dumbbells.
It's not for nutritional reasons. It's emotional. Now, hey, I like animals too, but I eat them. Now, if they're so much into animals, go to the zoo.
This is just stupid. There's medical evidence supporting a vegan diet. If you really did love animals, you wouldn't kill and eat them. And how the fuck would going to a zoo stop billions of animals from getting tortured and murdered? And you're black, and you grew up in the 1930s. I'm sure you've been a victim of racism in your time. And that same prejudice that you've been a victim of, you're now enacting on animals. How are you different than any racists who say, they're just black people, throw them in prison, lock them up like animals, who cares? You're just so delusional and detached from reality that you don't realize the ethical implications of your actions. Grandpa, get off the road, you're gonna get hit by a car.
What's that, Sonny?
How we treat animals actually fucking matters, and if we can't be kind and compassionate to defenseless animals, then how can we expect to treat each other with kindness and compassion? And on top of all of the ethical benefits, a vegan diet improves our health, our athletic performance, and lowers our risk of chronic disease, including dementia. But that's a little too late for Leroy. But for all the rest of you, keep making those vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.